give you a quick update in Kenya. There's so many things happening, but I'll just tell you about one thing, one guy. One of our coaches, Coach Freddie, he's a great basketball coach, was actually a very high-end player within the nation, and now is staying within the basketball realm, but is really reaching out to young people. His focus is on the kids, maybe in the slums, kids who are having difficult times, and he's drawing them through basketball and teaching them basketball, coaching them, making them really good basketball players. But then his whole focus is to teach them about life through the Word of God. And so this guy is doing great things in the city of Nakuru, both girls and boys teams he has. Then they're meeting regularly throughout the week, as well as coming together for Bible studies. But I met with him last time I was there, and I re-met with him again this time. And he says, he calls me coach. He says, Coach, he says, there's such good things happening. He says, I started a new work in Mombasa. We helped him get some balls, and so we're helping him with uniforms. And in Mombasa, he went and he started to, put together some basketball teams, boys teams and girls teams. And these kids are from tough areas, so they're very underprivileged. And so he's reaching out to them, forming a team. You see, when you form a team, you're forming more for these young people than just a place to play basketball. You're in this girls teams. They're getting a family. They're getting a bunch of sisters. They're getting a dozen sisters, let's say, and they're caring for each other, and they're walking with each other. When one struggles, another helps. And so they're part of a team that really becomes a family. And as the coaches serve as parents to the team, and they're able to regularly teach them and mentor them in life and the ways of Christ. And so we helped them. We try to help these coaches out, maybe get them a set of uniforms. So it was funny. This one was he was pretty excited. I met with him in Nairobi, and he says, "Man, my team in Mombasa is doing so well." He says, 6 months ago they didn't know anything about basketball, and they're just a bunch of, kind of ragtag players. Put them together, and they're getting really good. He says, last month they were in a citywide tournament. And he says there was however many teams, a lot of teams. And he says, my girls finished second in the tournament. And he says they're doing so great, and they're so excited. So he shows me a picture of them. And the team they played was like seemingly a foot taller than all of them, had fancy uniforms on. He says, yeah, we lost to those guys. And his team doesn't have anything. Uniforms, whatever their shoes are just, who knows what they are. And so he says, that's my team. They're doing so great. So I had 2 sets of uniforms with me at the time. And a uniform, we can do a uniform for about $2 a uniform. And so I got him like 24 jerseys, so he could do it with 2 teams. And so in case you're wondering, each team then is for those uniforms are about $25 or $30. So I got him the uniform. So he goes back down to Mombasa. Oh my gosh, these girls were so excited with their brand new jerseys, and they're so proud and they're excited, and so now these teams in Mombasa, they're feeling much better about themselves. They're getting good at basketball, and again, the family is growing. And so now one of the things that happens as they get uniforms and as we help them get some basketballs, more people want to join. They're more serious about it, and his ministry is growing. He's tied into a local church down there, and so the young people are involved with the church. And it's really exciting things happening. So I tell you that story just to tell you how simple it is to disciple 12 young ladies. And they're going to do great things in life, and they're just looking for opportunities. And so just one guy, Coach Freddie, is really working to disciple hundreds of young boys, young ladies, and raising them up out of a difficult situation into the hope of Christ. So again, it's one simple story. I could tell the story 100 times over, but I tell it to you to let you know this is what you're doing. This is what you're involved with when you're supporting. When you give $25, $50, $100. These are the types of things it's going for, and it's making a huge difference. And this is when you're praying for things. Pray for these young teams out there, that they would catch the identity that Christ has for them and have them find it within the family that they call a team. And pray for guys like Coach Freddie, where they're all over the place and they're doing fantastic work out there. So God bless you and thank you, and to God be all the glory.